Hello, my name is Virginia, and today I'm going to talk about this dataset that is called MovieLens from Group Lens Company, and it has 100K movie ratings. Okay, and this is the README the dataset has, and as it can be seen, it has several tables, but we are just going to be focused on three of them, that they are data, item, and user. Okay, and then data, it has all the ratings each user does to a movie. And then we have item, in which all of the characteristics of a movie are described with the genders of the movie. They are going to be the focus of our study. And finally, we have user, in which all the features of a user are described and saved. Okay, and then we are going to try to modify the data in order to merge all of the data in just one table to be easier to work with in Tableau. And to do that, we first put all of the tables into a data frame. So the first table that we have is data. So we create a data frame for the data table. And then we do the same with the item table. We create a data frame for item, and then finally we create a data frame for user. And the last thing that we do is to merge all of the previous data frame in just one data frame. And to do that, we use user ID that is in the user data frame that corresponds also with the user ID in the data data frame, and also movie ID from item data frame corresponds with item ID from data data frame. And finally, we have our data frame that is the one that we are going to work with. Okay, so after that, we are going to present all of the data with Tableau. And here is the first thing that we are going to show, and this is the rating its genre has. So as we can see here, film noir is the one that has the highest rate, and then war is the next one. The ones that has the lowest rate are fantasy and horror. So we will continue focusing on these genres. Then we have the distribution of the gender, in which we can see that there are a lot of more males than females, and also we can see that both females and males rate really similar. And then we are going to analyze the ratings each gender did with depending on the genre of the movie. Okay, and here we can see that film noir is still the ones that has the best rate for both males and females, and then war also has the next higher rate for both females and males. One interesting thing that we can see is the difference between female and males in rating. So the one that has the biggest difference is film noir, that has 0.233, and then musical movies also has a really high difference between them. So now we are going to study the distribution of the age, and here we have this distribution, and to create this plot we create some bins, in which each bin has 5 years old, and for example, this bin corresponds to the people that are more or equal than 10 and less than 15. And here this other plot that we have represents the average rate it's being make. So here this is the highest one, but as it's made just from one person, maybe it's not that representative. So we could see the highest one as the ones that goes between 45 and 65, and then the one that is the lowest one is the ones that goes from 10 years to 30 years, as it can be seen here. And then we are going to analyze the rate by gender and age, and we have it here. Here we have some genders, but we are going to focus on the best and the worst rated that are here. So, for example, film noir is the best rated one, and the people that rated the best are the ones that are between 35 and 75, as we can see here. And the ones that rated the worst are the ones that are between 10 and 25. And this could be explained because a film noir maybe has a difficult plot to understand for young people. Okay, and then we have a fantasy, that is the one that was rated the worst. And here we can see that the ones that gives the highest rate are the people that are between 45 and 75, and the ones that gives the worst rate are the people that are between 10 and 35. So this is kind of interesting, because this should be the opposite, as fantasy as the target for fantasy movies are young people, but in this data set, young people didn't like that much these kind of movies. Then we have horror movies, that was the next worst rated movies, and the people that rated the best were the people between 55 and 75 without this slot, that actually was the one that rated the worst. And then we can see that also young people give kind of high rates, knowing that horror movies has a bad rate in this data set. And then we have war, that was the almost the highest rated genre, and we can see that the people that rated the best were the people between 50 and 75 years, and the ones that rated the worst was this slot that was between them, and it's kind of particular. Finally, we are going to study the occupations people that rate has. So here in this plot, we can see all of the occupation the dataset has, and the amount of people that are involved in that occupation. Then here in this other plot, we have the average rate each occupation gave, and we can see that lawyer is the highest one, and healthcare sector is the lowest one. So same as we did before with the other features, we are going to study the rate by its occupation. So here we have some plots for some gender, and we are going to see this in documentary, which it has a really low rate for executives and healthcare people, and it has a really good one for salesmen, artists, technicians, and lawyers. that maybe is people that want to get deeper into his sector. And also here we have drama in which we see that healthcare gives a really low rate, and then a salesman gives a really good one. Okay, and then we have a fantasy that the ones that rated the worst are homemakers, and this is the worst average for occupation. And then we have a film noir that has the highest rate, average rate for occupations, and the ones that give it is lawyers. And the worst rate it gave from healthcare people. And continuing with the study, we have horror, in which healthcare people also gives the worst rate, and lawyers gives the better one. And then we have these genders that we did the same as the other slides. And here we have a word that was the second worst rate gender. And here we can see that people that work for healthcare sector gave the lowest rate, and doctor people gives the highest one. And then we also see that lawyers and salesmen are really close to each other, and also a really high rate. Okay, and this is all the study I made. I hope you like it and you enjoy it. Bye, thank you for watching.